Gabby, is it okay now? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, you might have to start all over.
Oh!
That's why.
Gabby, is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you need to turn off whatever. You might have to start all over.
Oh! This one? There.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, OMG, I've been talking so much. Sammy messaged me actually that he can't hear me and he thought it was on his side. I've been talking a lot already.
Sorry, I had it set up for the microphone and not the webcam.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry for that. He had it set up for the microphone.
I thought about it before, but
And, well, let's start over. It's okay. Guys, good evening in the Philippines and good morning from Las Vegas. So, wait, okay. So, we are in Vegas right now. I talked earlier, but I thought it was my app. I've been restarting my YouTube app. Okay, well, yeah. So, we got here in Vegas yesterday. It was kind of busy, I guess, because it's the weekend. We didn't really go out this trip because we just went out to eat and Sir JG, toured us around. But yeah, we're in Vegas, guys. Vegas. Okay. Now, okay. So last Sunday, I talked about how to get over a major heartbreak. And then during the week, I thought, why not talk about the lessons that I have learned throughout these relationships, So I guess some of my friends would know who these people are, maybe. I don't know. But, okay, thank you, babe. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so as I have mentioned, some relationships, or maybe some people, we meet them not to be our forever, but only to teach us lessons. So sometimes we meet them so that we can become a better version of ourselves, right? So okay, so I actually made a note about, wait, cancel. Okay, so what lessons I have learned from my past relationships. So the first one is prioritizing your studies. Oh, by the way, I know that some people might agree or disagree with me with the lessons, but this is just me and these are my experiences. If you agree with the lessons that I'll be talking about, then good. If not, you do you. It's your relationship, it's your life. I'm just here to share what I have learned through the years from my teens to my 20s. Yes, I'm in my 30s. But yeah, so let's get it started. The first one was to prioritize your studies. Being Asian, being Filipino, and having my mom as my mom, you cannot not prioritize your studies. When I was actually, even until college, or even like a few years ago, we're not allowed to date. I don't know, she's weird. Yeah, hi mother, I love you, but yeah, it's weird. So, and because of that, somehow, I've always known the value of education. And somehow I know that a lot of my past relationships would think that I wasn't really a great girlfriend because I would prioritize, my studies over them. And I was also working while I was in college. So because of that, I didn't really have much time. Like I dated someone and he would have to set like 2 weeks in advance notice just to see me or go out on a date with me. I know it wasn't ideal, but come on, it's a pharmacy life. Any pharmacy students here would know that smarts alone is not enough. You have to study. You cannot not study. Well, you can, but you will fail, right? Like, you thought it's just memorization. You thought it's just like, it was easy, but no. You have so many chemistry subjects. You have so many mathematics subjects. It's just, you have to study. So, you feel me guys? Alam niyo yun? Hindi pwede mag-date. Mahirap tayong i-date, di ba? Okay, so, yeah. Why do I think that this is a lesson? I mean, a lot of relationships failed because of it, because I prioritized my studies over them, but I don't regret it because, those guys are nowhere now. Like, I don't even care where they are. Or, wala na sila sa life ko. But my degree, my pharmacy degree will always stay with me. That a guy you're dating can wake up and just decide like, oh, I'm out of this. But finishing your studies, finishing your education, having that degree, it's something that you will always have and no one can take away from you. And if you use it wisely and you studied hard for it, it will take you to places. Again, of course, this is just my case. I know some people met the love of their life, they married early and they're happy. Good for you. But if you're not, if you're single right now and you're focused on your studies, you're doing great because you're doing that for yourself. You're prioritizing yourself, you're prioritizing your studies, and yeah, I will never regret putting it first, before those past relationships. After all, it was just like boyfriend, girlfriend. At that point, you have to think of yourself first. I mean, marriage is different. Like, as supportive as my husband is, and he like helps me in everything now, I find it way more difficult to study and focus on studying now that I'm married because I'd rather spend time with him. I married him because I want to spend time with him. I love our quality time together. So it's difficult to study like now compared before when I was like, you're just my boyfriend. Like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I need my time. Hi, Rose. I miss you too. I hope you're enjoying my live stream. Oh, I just woke up like this. So, yeah. So, yeah, first lesson that I have learned is to prioritize my studies. Some of my exes made me feel guilty about it, like I don't give them enough time or whatever. But looking back, well, you're not here. My degree is with me. Like my pharmacy degree is there. So thank you, but no thanks, right? If you didn't understand that, didn't stay through it, well, good for you, good for me. We're not meant to be, right? Like, yeah. Okay, so that's the first one. Prioritize your studies. I am glad that I did that. For those who did not, well, that's your life. Well, my opinion does not really matter, right? So, yeah. Second, this may be a little bit controversial because, I know being in a relationship is a compromise, but a lesson that I have learned is to stick with your principles. You have principles in your life. You have things that are non-negotiable. But sometimes when you're in a relationship and you're in love with someone, you do things that you don't really approve of or you wouldn't want to do, but to keep someone, you're just like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So I think we have to stick with our principles. I am pretty much I'm very open-minded. Again, this is just me. These are things that work for me, they may not work for you. I'm liberal, but I know certain things that I would not do for me, like that does not work for me. So this is again just my personal experience, which actually helped me. So I would touch on maybe this living in, like that was a hard no for me. Like I was in an 8-year relationship. I never lived with him. Yeah, I would stay over. Of course, my mom does not know that. Okay, but yeah, we would travel. We'll go out. But I am not for it. Like I, not because I'm being prude or conservative or this and that. Like I have no judgment for people who do it. Like if it works for you, great. It just wasn't for me. Why? Because I value my personal space. Like I like having my own space and doing my own thing. So living in was never really for me. And but again, if it's something that you want, you know that you want it, then that's your life. That's your relationship. Who am I to tell you what to do? But for me, it was a hard no. So with the 8-year relationship, it was like asking if like, living in and stuff. Like, no, you have your place, I have my place. I will not do that. So I mean, some guys will try to push you to the limits of, what you are comfortable and not comfortable doing. But I guess with age, I've matured and I've known what I'm comfortable with and not. So this is a story about me and my husband. Well, when we were just dating, so of course he's in the U.S. and I was in the Philippines, but we've been flying back and forth. But on his first visit in the Philippines, he was there, and then he got back to the U.S. and he started looking at just apartments in the Philippines or condos. So if he was even like looking if there's possibly like a job. If someone wants to be with you, they will find ways to be with you. So he was looking at places at BGC, the fort. People from the Philippines will know that's like the expensive side. I mean, I was working, I had my own money, but I live like in Taft Avenue. It's not cheap, but it's not as expensive as living in the fort. So I told him like, "Oh, that's a nice place. Yeah, you can go ahead and if you want to migrate to the Philippines and stay here, good. That's good for you." But I told him like, "But I wouldn't live there because I can't afford that." And he was like, "No, we can afford it." And I'm like, "Wait, yeah, you can go here, but I need my space. We're like, I'm not for living in. It's not for me. I don't find anything wrong if people want to do it, but with me, it just doesn't sit right. It doesn't feel right with my upbringing, with my values. So I just know that I want my own space. I want, you know, being on my own. And I know it's like weird, but that's just me. It's just how it is. Because wait, my PC is running low. Why is my PC running low, babe?
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, I think so. Can you please tan it?
Oh, that plug probably doesn't work if that switch doesn't work.
What do you mean?
You know how this lamp doesn't work?
Oh, okay. Just a moment, guys. So yeah, so I told my husband that those things are my values. I stick to my principles. Wait to reconnect.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
Yeah, it's still going.
Still going?
Yeah. But yeah, successful. I'm back. Sorry guys, that's road being on the road, technical stuff. Yeah, technical difficulties. Hi Miss Rose, how are you? So yeah, I stick with my principles, and when I told my husband, like my boyfriend back then, like, hey, don't get me wrong, but living in was not for me. Like, I will not live in with someone until we're married. That's actually when he was like, well, I'll gladly marry you. And it's like how big of a ring do you need? And like, the right one for you would value your principles and understand you. You may not share the same principles. I mean, obviously he's American, so way more liberated than I am, but you know, he understood that yeah, these are my values, these are my principles, and there are just some things that are a hard no for me. Yeah, but yeah, am I back on? Can you guys chat if it's okay, or can you see me now, or
It
what?
is.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, the first one is to prioritize, of course, your education. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself. Second is to stick with your principles. The third one is gonna be controversial. Okay, it might even be more controversial than the second one. That is money matters. Like, yeah, I know Filipinos in general, or maybe even, other races, we grew up watching love stories, watching movies, watching, these movies that romantic flicks that would make you seem or make you feel like, oh, love is enough, love is all you need, like love conquers all, like you and me against the world and everything. But again, these are just my values. As a woman, I realized that, if you are looking for a long, committed relationship, money would matter. I don't mean like he has to provide everything, he has so much money and this and that. But what I mean is you want someone who will have the same financial goals as you. Because if you're trying to build a lifetime together, you have to talk about these things. Like, paano ba? Hindi pwedeng ikaw lang yung nag-iipon, tapos siya gastos lang ng gastos. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot not have the same outlook on how you want to save money. Money is important, and I'm not saying that it's the most important thing, but it is important. How do you expect to raise a family if you cannot agree on how you handle your expenses? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's you need a roof over your head. Yeah, especially in this economy, you need food. Okay, and yeah, I believe in earning my own money. I believe in working hard for the things that I have. I do, but uh, I also don't need a partner who would just rely on me. You know, like, you're the guy, grow some balls. You're supposed to be the lead provider, and I know I believe about equality and everything. But let's face it, as a woman, you will get pregnant. There will come a point that you will not be able to work because, you're raising a family, and even if you're just pregnant, we have our hormones. We get really sick at certain times of the month, and you need someone to make for that's financial stability, that that you don't have to worry about too much. You want that kind of peace of mind. You know what I mean? Maybe I learned this from one relationship, because I was okay with being the one who earns way more. Like, I was earning quite a lot, so we go on vacations. It's okay. My treat, everything. I don't mind, because I'm pretty generous. Friends know that. Like, my loved ones know that. I'm generous when I have something to give. For me, it's just money. So for a long time, I stayed in that relationship, and it would just always make me feel like, hey, we don't have any problem. I don't cheat on you. I don't do this and that. Our only problem is money. And everybody has that problem. So somehow, he made me think na if I talk about money concerns, he made me think that mukha akong pera. But at the end of the day, like, no, because I am providing for myself. And even if we go out on dates, I pay. Like, wait, I deserve better than this, Well, don't get me wrong. Early in the relationship, he was like, yeah, all out, go. But then when he saw that, I can handle myself, I can handle my finances, he just got lazy and started depending too much on me. And women, somehow, one of our needs is financial stability. It goes back in the olden age, when guys are the hunters and women care for the family. There's a reason why guys like beautiful women. There's a reason why guys like bigger boobs or whatever, because it is in their nature that, somehow in their genetics, oh, this is good for raising children. The same way before that women would, it's for the survival of your race, for your future generation. So yeah, money matters. Come on. Well, but again, this is just me. Your setup may be different. That works for you. It's just that for me, for a long time, it did not work out. It worked out. I kept giving chances. Oh, he's just having a bad time. He'll find another work. He'll be fine. And this and that. It just never happened. And then there came a point when, I mean, I thought, is this really the life that I want to live? I mean, I was in the Philippines. I was earning well. I was providing for myself and even my family for a while before they left. I can survive on my own, but then I realized, if I get pregnant now and have a family, will I be comfortable being with him? Like, is this the type of family that I want to raise? And it just daunted me, like, no, it wasn't. Hi, pal. Like, this isn't the relationship or the type of family I would want to bring a kid or a child in. So, yeah, money matters. I have experience having quite a bit. My parents doing very well with business, and I have experience having to work and go to school, and it was difficult. And if I am to raise a family, I would want a family where I know that I can have time for my kids. Yeah, I will be working. I love working, but you know, if it if needed, I can be there for my kids because I know that the sole responsibility of providing does not rely entirely on me. Again, that is just me, but everybody is different. Your relationship is your relationship. Who am I to tell you what works and not, right? So, yeah. Well, okay. So, yeah, money matters. Okay, the fourth one. Uh, I have always said that my friends are very important to me, but sometimes I do not listen to them. Siyempre, matigas din yung ulo ko, di ba? Pag gusto mo, kebs, di ba? But yeah, a lot of my friends will be very supportive, but they will be like, I don't think it's the one for you, or I don't think it's right. And I'm kind of bad in judging a person's uh, character. So a lot of times I don't really listen to them, but yeah, I think one lesson that I have learned is to listen to your friends. I'm talking about real friends, friends that would want the best for you. Okay, of course they are. Some of them are live right now. Hi guys. Thank you for supporting me in this journey. Tell me if you have any lessons in love that you have learned. Okay, just chat it and let's see. So yeah, listen to your friends. Uh, yeah, your friends or your loved ones or the people who love you are the first to see the red flags because sometimes you're so blinded that you don't see what's wrong. And yeah, I wish I could have listened to them kind of earlier. They're the ones who would get mad for things that you just let go. But yeah, I love you too, Sammy. You know that. You know what I mean. You know those people. Like some of them were like, my friends would be like, "Why aren't you staying with in this? Like, why?" Hi, Sals. I miss you too. All the way from Saudi, right? You're in Saudi, right? OMG, we have viewers from the Philippines. Pau is in UK, right? Pau, nasa UK ka, tama ba? Yeah. So we have people from the Philippines, from Saudi, from UK. Okay, Gabby. Sometimes you have to learn those things through experience din naman. I love you, Momo. OMG. Yeah. Yeah, Sales is from where is that? Okay. Yeah, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. What time is it there? Anong oras dyan? Of What time is it there in Saudi Arabia? The US. Yes, of course. My husband is watching me. I love you so much. Thank you for being comfortable with me talking about this stuff. As you said, it's my channel, right? Okay. So, yeah, listen to your friends. Oh, Gabby and I have a really funny story about this. Like, oh, 4:40 p.m. Thank you for tuning in with us. Yeah, Gabby, I think even Sammy, I don't know if Gabby remembers this. There was a time that my family left. I asked Gabby if he wants to live with me, because she is coming from Cavite and she was working at DOH during that time, which is like near my place. And I'd ask her, why don't you live with me? Let's share expenses and just spend time together because we're really good friends. That was only for a month, I think, because the guy I was dating back then would stay so much in our place, and a lot of things happened, and I was such a mess. And Gabby was just like, I can't deal with it, that I'm moving out. So, yeah, your friends see before you do what is wrong in your relationship. So sometimes you have to listen to these people. Gabby, do you remember that time? I bet you do. So yeah, listen to your friends is the fourth thing I have learned. And the fifth thing that I have learned is no one can fix your troubles but yourself. Why? Because there is this other relationship that I had where I was a total mess. I just got out of a very long relationship. My family left. I was having this trouble with the company that I was working. I had troubles with some colleagues. I got out of that company. I was starting a new career with a different company, and that was 2016. That was such a life changing moment for me, and it was too much drama, too much stress, and I was with someone, and I felt like maybe he was with me not because he loved me, but he felt like he was like a hero who could fix his problems. But no, he could not. You know, only you can fix your drama or your problems. You have to work on yourself. So anyway, after I think after a year or like after a while we broke after we broke up. Like, I was already engaged and I was in Iloilo. I saw this guy that I dated call me. Like he was, oh, why is he calling me? We have broken up. But I mean, wait, Gabby. Of course, we discovered the ubi cheese combo during that time in 2016. Yep, we're the first one to discover that, and we learned via YouTube how to iron clothes. We had to YouTube like how to iron clothes and not burn it. Oh my god, it's fun. Try it at one point in your life. Live with your friends. It's fun. So anyway, that ex of mine, okay, almost the same name as one of my friends, called me. And he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, good." And it was like, of course, in those at this time, I'm already with someone. I'm engaged. I told my fiance about that or my husband about it after the call. Okay, so he called me and he was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, I'm great. Like, I just came back from Houston. How are you?" And then he's like, "Oh, I'm good." Oh, so what is this? And he was like, I just thought I would like to say sorry. He was like, oh, he's sorry for what happened. And I was like, it's okay. I mean, if you did not do what you did, I will not be who I am now. Someday I'll talk about those stuff, but yeah, I told him like, if you did not do those things, I would not go through so much pain and stuff that I felt like I have to build myself all over again. So I told him, thank you. And looking back, I told him like, I understand. I understand what you did or whatever because if I was the one dating myself back then, I would also have been scared to go through the relationship because I wasn't cool. I was crazy. I was a mess. And yeah. So yeah, the other lesson that I have learned is no one can fix your troubles but yourself. Even if someone tries to, they can't. But it's always great to have a support system. So yeah. Uh, okay. The number six. I only have seven, so don't worry. Okay, the number six is it's okay to date outside your comfort zone or outside your race. Um, until I was in my late 20s, 26, 27, I think, I've only dated Filipinos. Like, I don't know. Well, I guess I was in a long-term relationship, and then I was just dating Filipinos, and then one day I was like, why not? Why not date outside my race? So yeah, I started meeting people outside my race, and then I realized like, oh, this is actually not bad at all. So I had my first relationship that is of different race, an interracial relationship, and even if that did not work out, he was actually way nicer than a lot of Filipino guys I dated. So I was like, why have I not done this before? So I was like, It was I got heartbroken, but it was a good relationship, if I may say. So I'm glad I learned that, because if I did not, I would have not met my husband. Because obviously I'm in an interracial marriage, you know. So yeah, that's another lesson I've learned. It's okay to date outside your race. Yeah, there will be some people judging you for your choices, people thinking bad about you, and this and that, but they don't know you. They don't know the relationship you're in. And if they judge you, that's none of your business. As long as you're happy, you know, you're not responsible about what they think about you. You're just responsible about what you think about yourself. So as long as you're happy, I guess to me that's all that matters. Yeah, it's okay to date outside a race. If you haven't found, you know, the relationship you are looking for, maybe it's time to go out of your comfort zone, try something different, right? Who knows? So, yeah, and the last lesson I have learned in my past relationship is is that love alone is not enough. Yes, it is a very important. It is, you know, it's a foundation of any relationship. Like, why would you be in a relationship where love does not exist? It's just plain stupid, diba? So, yeah, but love alone is not sustainable. As I have mentioned, you know, money matters, respect, your values and principles in life. Somehow, culture will play a way. Um, like, where you are in your life, you know, is also a factor. Like, you may be ready for a long-term commitment, but he or she is not. So that's a factor. Love alone is not enough. Hindi ka pakakainin ng love, be. Aside from that, you know, things like, do you want kids? Do you not want kids? So you have to like talk about this things to stay in a long-term partnership, commitment, marriage. You guys have to go beyond, above and beyond just plain love. Respect, forgiveness is, you know, you guys will make mistakes. You guys will not agree on a lot of things. There will be a lot of things that you will argue about and you will have to compromise. But yeah, there should be way more to the relationship than just love. You know, openness, forgiveness, respect, principles, intelligence. I'm sorry, that is important. I used to date, I was like, ayoko nang matalino kasi ang sakit sa ulong kausap. They always want to argue with you. And I was like, yeah, I've always like tried to just go for looks. Ang babaw ko. But as you mature, you're like, no. I still go for looks, but yeah, I went for looks and intelligence. Yes, husband? Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Those are like the 7 lessons I have learned in my past relationships. How about you guys? Do you want to share anything? What are the past relationships you have learned? What are the past lessons you have learned from your past relationships? I hope you guys have learned something from them. Come on, share it with us. Meron ba? I hope, guys. What are this? What are the things you have learned from your past relationships? Sammy, come on. Sals. Jonathan, what have you learned from your past relationship? Gabby, what have you learned from your past relationship? Sals, what have you learned from your past relationship? Miss Rose, what have you learned from your past relationship? Yeah? What else? What else have I learned from those past relationships? Magpaganda ka. You know, like, yeah, you have to always. Oh, okay. another thing that I have thought of is, in the Filipino culture, we're always like, oh, you have to take care of her or him, like that's how you show your love. You will take care of someone, and sometimes you make the person lazy because of that. So I now believe in taking care of my, I love you, so I will take care of myself so you don't have to worry about me. That's the thing. Okay, Gabby, a relationship is real work. You can't be lazy going into one. That's true. That's true. If you're not ready to put in some work, you better stay single and just hoe around and enjoy being single, because it's not always happy, It's not always just dates and food and stuff, There will be problems, and there will be struggles that both of you have to go and work it out. My husband said he learned that this is not a past relationship. Are you talking about me? Or is this your past relationship? Someone will always steal your blankets. There are blankets. So when we're married, when you guys are married, it becomes our. So it's technically not stealing if it's our blanket, right? So, yep, it's ours. Remember that. Do not ever forget that it is ours now, babe. hmm What's yours is ours. What's mine is mine. Just kidding. Yeah, how was Sunday? Oh, Sammy has an advice. Wait, where is my live stream? Don't rely on your partner all the time. Stop being possessive. Yeah, you have to have your independence and sense of security. Like, I think immature relationships or maybe new ones, you just want to always like spend time with them and be with them all the time, but you still have to have time with your friends, for yourself, and do the things that you like doing, because you know not all relationships will work out. Sometimes they will fail, and if you have made that person your world, it's going to be way more difficult for you to face the world. If you have like canceled everyone else in your life just because you are in a relationship. But yeah, stop being possessive. Sammy does not like that. Sammy does not like a possessive relationship. He needs his time, right, Bess? Husband, if you aren't happy with yourself, you can't be happy in a relationship. That's true. You have to find happiness in yourself first. So, yeah, it is too much responsibility to give to someone. You cannot expect someone to make you happy, because that is your responsibility, that is on you. That is also too much pressure you are giving on to someone if you expect that someone to make you happy all the time. So yeah, your happiness is your responsibility. They may do things that will spark some joy, but you cannot depend all your happiness on that person. Gabby. Oh yeah, this is so true. I 101% agree. Make sure to date someone who will be comfortable hanging out with your friends. Yeah, that is very, very true. Yeah, I'm a very bad judge of character. So before I would just date, but there came a point in my life where, like, no, my friends have to meet this whoever I'm dating first before I get into a relationship, because they have better judgment than me. I do trust them more than I trust my judgment in a lot of times, and it worked out eventually. So, yeah, there was a time, I think back in college. Yeah, way, like first year college. Jazz, I think, knows this. There's this guy I was dating, and he was like, he's so possessive and would not like, oh, don't wear shorts or don't wear this, and like, oh, why are you out with your friends? Like, damn, dude, that did not last. So yeah, yeah. Also date someone who is comfortable with the way you express yourself and the way you dress up, especially ladies. I really hate it when someone tell me how to dress. Like, I'm not an artsy person, and dressing up or fashion is my way of expressing myself. So I hate it when someone would tell me, "Oh, your shorts are too short, your skirt are too short." Like, dang, you're not my dad. Even my dad don't even tell me what to do or what to wear. So I really do not like that. So again, that's just me. So I really like it that my husband is very open-minded with the way I dress. He would even buy stuff for me to make me happy. So yeah, make sure you're dating someone who you have the same outlook when it comes to dressing up or dressing down, you know? So yeah, I think that is it for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining me in another live stream. Hindi ako masyado nagtagalog ngayon. I think a lot of things I've said are very informative. And maybe the younger viewers, because I saw that we have viewers from 18 years old. And yeah, if you're 18, ladies or gentlemen, enjoy it. You're young. The world is yours to explore someday after the coronavirus thing is over. So, yeah, greetings from Las Vegas. Yeah, we're going back to Utah today. And thank you for tuning in with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, people can still watch this. And yeah, comment down below if you have other topics that you want to talk about next week. Sunday with Dad. Bye, guys!